Welcome to Real Life Investing. This is Al getting in contact with you guys today. Going to be talking to you about Hedera H bar, and let's see what's happening with Hedera. So let's go ahead and dive right in. The last 24 hours, it appears that Hedera is down a little bit more than 1%. Over the week, Hedera is down about 4%, almost 5. Let's see, for the month, Hedera is down just a little bit less than 0.5%. And for the year, Hedera is way down to 74%. Also, looking at the overall, Hedera is down about 83%. So just a heads up on that. Remember, whatever we see on the channel is not financial advice. However, if you like what you see today, we just ask you to like and subscribe to the channel. We're growing and we ask that you grow with us. Really appreciate you guys. Now, let's just go ahead and start looking at the information that we have here. And according to the market, we have a market cap of 2.19 trillion. Fear and greed is at about 38, so looks like we're getting a little bit more fearful. Bitcoin at 64,000, Ethereum at 1,800, BNB a little bit over 600, so pretty interesting in that regard. Let's move on a little bit. Talking about the Bitcoin dominance, which is going to be at 58.8%, Ethereum at 10.4%, and we have our others at 30.9%. So not bad overall. Let's keep it moving a little bit here. All right, first news we want to look at right here is Grayscale drops Cardano, Hedera, and Polkadot ETFs. So as far as the actual listings. Now, when we say list, let's go ahead and read this real quick. Shock on the crypto ETF market. On August 7th, Grayscale withdraws 3 ETF files from within 190 seconds. No official reason has been communicated by the institutional investment giant. Nevertheless, this massive withdrawal already raises question about the future of altcoin ETFs in the United States. So just a heads up on this one and see if there's anything else we want to say about this. I think this is overall the thing that we have to look at, and there's not a whole lot more information that we would like to discuss. But I will mention this. Although these particular uh, filings were withdrawn, that does not mean that they are permanently withdrawn. So that means they may just be temporarily withdrawing the filings for the ETFs here. They may, refile next month, next week. We don't really know for sure. But it appears for right now, Grayscale is withdrawing its ETF filing for Hedera H bar. So my personal thoughts on why, I do know it may have something to do with clarity, the Clarity Act, may have something to do with it not passing as of yet. And maybe they just feel like it's not going to pass anytime this year. Now, regardless of whatever we're looking at, I do know that clarity would have helped as far as regulations and would have helped with the ETFs, etc. So just a heads up on that situation. However, that does not mean that Hedera H bar is unwanted. So it may just be Wall Street missing out. Let's go ahead and look a little bit further in. Now, going to the next particular item we have here. This is from finance feeds.com. It says right here the 4 best crypto coins to buy now with huge growth potential. And number 2 on that list is Hedera. So it says Hashgraph tech built for enterprise. Hedera uses a fast Hashgraph system powered by its native token HBAR. The network handles transaction fees, payments, tokenization, and enterprise data tracking. Its governing body consists of large global corporations, making it attractive for real-world business applications. As institutional adoption grows, HBAR often appears in discussions about the top cryptos to buy now for long-term utility. So just a little bit of a heads up on what's going on there. It says right here, however, this corporate-led governance model is a double-edged sword. Investors who prefer complete decentralization may find Hedera's structure too centralized. Additionally, enterprise interest does not always translate into token price increases, so actual network activity remains a key risk factor to track. So keep your eyes on all these factors. Going in a little bit, I'm not going to read much. This is from the Hedera website. We already know that Hedera is big into tokens and tokenization. This is mentioning the Hedera token service, settle in seconds, scale without limits. On most blockchains, tokens rely on smart contracts. That means higher fees, slower speeds, and added complexity. Hedera is built differently. Tokens are native with dedicated APIs for fast, low-cost transfers and instant finality. When needed, you can still use EVM-compatible smart contracts for custom logic. So just a heads up on all the good things with Hedera here. Now let's go into a little bit more news. And so right here, this is mentioning that Hedera prepares for Sibos Miami, showcasing tokenization solutions. So Hedera showcases its tokenization solutions at Sibos Miami. And discover why this matters for regulated markets. So now let's go ahead down a little bit. Not going to go too far in. But it says Hedera is gearing up for Sibos Miami, where it will showcase innovative solutions tailored for regulated entities involved in the tokenized economy. The announcement made on Twitter by Hedera invites attendees to visit the booth or schedule a one-to-one meeting with the team. This move reflects Hedera's commitment to positioning itself as a leader in blockchain solutions for regulated markets, which could have significant implications for its adoptions and partnerships. So Hedera is making its name known, getting its name out there. We've already looked at different Hedera community blogs in the past. So Hedera is still doing a great amount of building. That is one of the reasons why I consider Hedera still to be a great crypto to look into, because the building of the community is not stopped. Also, the outreach, as you see Hedera going to Sibos Miami, other places as well, the outreach for Hedera has not stopped either. So that's another great item to consider. Let's go to X, formerly known as Twitter. This is just a little post here. It says, from green bond insurance to carbon credits, Guardian is the open source sustainability studio on Hedera, bringing transparency and traceability to sustainable finance. So very impressive here. Not going to go too much into that, but keep your eyes on Guardian. Now, let's go a little bit further. And this is one of our last pieces here. It says, from mint to trade, CentX IO powers the full NFT's life cycle on Hedera, connecting creators, collectors, and builders in one continuous journey. So powering the full life cycle of Hedera NFT projects at scale, connecting creators, etc. So a lot of great things going on with this aspect and this part of Hedera. Now, just a heads up, guys, as like I said, the company is constantly building upon itself. Now, let's go to the 1 month chart right here. Looking at the 1 month chart, and if you notice, things are a little bit higher than they once were. Also, we're right above, well, right below the 7 mark. We're in the 6 mark here. So heads up on that. And I'm noticing right here that we were at a lower low going this way, but it appears that things have gotten a little bit higher as far as higher lows. Now, usually when you're looking at higher lows, you're looking for a breakout eventually. Right now, we're not sure what's going to happen in the next few months because of all the different Clarity Act situations that are up in the air. I will say this much, that H bar is going to be consistently good. It's always